Years of grinding, ups and downs, but there's a difference between surviving the game and mastering it. Sometimes you have to reset to discover what you're really capable of, trading from zero.
So let's go over it again. Where did we fail this year? You first.
We failed because we were afraid. We were afraid of losing what we have worked so much to get to. I was so close to another payout, so close to getting more cash flow, that I started second guessing myself again. Good setups, I'd hesitate, bad setups, I'd take them. And not because I was reckless, but because I really stopped trusting myself. Eventually I did get the payout, but my confidence was already gone, and so after that I was break-even for weeks and months, with no progress, just watching myself take worse and worse trades, not because I didn't know any better. I did, I just couldn't pull the trigger on the right ones anymore. Eventually I did blow the accounts, but it wasn't just in trading. In crypto, I turned 200 into 15,000 in January, and I didn't take it. I wanted it more. I watched it disappear. This process repeated throughout the year. I had in total 51,000 unrealized gains during the entire year, $51,000, and I never took profit, not even once. Because I was waiting for the big win, the life-changing moment, so much that I didn't realize those small wins would have added up to the life-changing moment. That money was life-changing, but I couldn't see it. I was focused on the outcome that I forgot to just execute, take the win in front of me, trust the process, and compound. Every trade that then, after that, went against me felt like proof that I wasn't good enough, that I'd never get it right.
Your turn. Where did we fail this year?
We didn't fail. We struggled. There's a difference. Yeah, we didn't hit our goals. Yeah, we made mistakes, but I'm still here, still standing. Still trading. I've been knocked down before, more times than I can count, and much worse than this. And every single time I got back up. I'm like the phoenix that rises, that's who I am. Even when I had $60 in my bank account, I could trade like I had $1 million. I've done it before, I can do it again. And you know what? Some people out there have real problems. I have a roof over my head, I'm free, I do what I love. Just because I don't have a consistent income every week or month doesn't mean I need to panic. Doesn't mean I need to chase. I don't operate on scarcity, I operate on faith. If I really needed a paycheck tomorrow, I'd get a job. It's not the end of the world. And if that happened while I was working, I'd keep sharpening my edge. Because I know what I'm doing was never a skill problem, you know? It's an emotional problem. And emotions, well, those can be fixed.
And you. Where did we fail this year?
We didn't fail. We didn't meet our standards, but we didn't fail. There are two different things. Looking at the data, we made more this year than last year, while making most of the mistakes in the book. Think about that. Even with hesitation, even with blowing accounts, we still improved. That means we're capable. The problem isn't capability, it's execution. Dark version of me says we need to work harder, bury the fear, and use our ego to push through. Light says we need to stay humble, stay grateful, let go of ego entirely. They're both wrong because they're both incomplete.
What did we learn?
That confidence is everything. Without it, you second guess every good decision and rationalize every bad one. I learned that I wasn't trusting myself anymore. And when you don't trust yourself, you take the trades you shouldn't and skip the ones you should. It's not about working harder, it's about believing in the work you've already done.
What did we learn?
That I love this. That's what I forgot. There's this movie, Surf's Up, and Big Z, the greatest surfer ever, only lost one championship. And the one champion that he lost was the one he was focused on winning. Every other time, he was just riding the waves because he loved it. And this year I forgot I love riding the waves. I was so obsessed with winning that I stopped enjoying the game, and that's the problem. When you love the process, the results follow. When you chase the results, you lose both.
What did we learn?
That we made opposite decisions all year. We controlled where we should have let go, fear of loss, emotional attachment to every outcome, and we let go where we should have controlled, filtering more trades, taking profits, slowing down. We need ego, not perfectionist ego, not the ego that says we have to work ourselves to that, the ego that makes us execute flawlessly, the ego that filters every trade like a surgeon, not a gambler. We don't need to work harder, we need to work right. Track good decisions daily, trust the process, higher time frames mean fewer trades, better data, faster improvement. And here's the thing, after everything this year, I have no fear anymore. I'll lose accounts, I'll claw back. I'm confident now. That integration, dark and light finally working together, that's the gift of this year. That's the gift.
What are you going to change?
I need to rebuild trust with myself, with my process. Stop taking trades just because they're there. Start filtering my edge like my life depends on it. Because it does. Take the small wins, stop waiting for permission from the market to believe I'm good enough. But that voice, the one that says that every good setup is a trap, I don't know how to silence it just yet. But I just know it doesn't make decisions for me anymore.
What are you going to change?
I'm going back to the waves, back to loving the process, back to trading because it's what I do, not because of what it gives me. We just need to stay patient, trust that if you keep showing up, keep believing, keep writing, the results will come. They always do. I'll get back up, I always do. But this time, I'm not getting up to fight, I'm getting up to ride the waves.
What are you going to change?
Everything and nothing. Long-term perspective fixes dark. Patience, process, letting go of the fear. But light needs the opposite, ego and smart work. Light wants to relax into fate, but that's not enough. You need the ego that filters ruthlessly, that executes flawlessly, that does the right work instead of just hoping. Dark needs to stop controlling the outcome. Light needs to start controlling the execution. We filter ruthlessly, we take profits, we slow down the noise and speed up in the signal. We ride the waves we love, but we actually get off the board when the wave is done. Next year, we don't just survive, we thrive. Not by working harder, but by working right. So, let's build a model, gain clarity, live life, and win. And have fun riding waves. Hey guys, so we're gonna build a model today. I've already done a few back tests beforehand, as you can see. But I'm gonna explain how I'm gonna fix the issues from my trading currently. So, my trading suffers from changing the model too soon, too fast, right? So this is much a problem of short-term thinking. Okay, so I need a model that incorporates more hard time frame thinking, Okay, so no 1 minute and no 5 minutes. So I'm going to be entering on the 50-minute levels, okay? On the 50-minute. and I'm going to use the 4 hour to frame it. So this is going to be the base idea. One thing that I do think is that a lot of traders, they are mistaken in that it doesn't matter if they're bullish or bearish. It's not the most important thing. What's important is in what stage of the delivery are you, and I think that's why forex traders are usually much better than futures traders. I think futures traders are more focused on like patterns, but like forex traders are much better in terms of reading context and the tape and order flow. So you have expansion that leads to consolidation, right? And this leads to expansion again. Or you have expansion that leads to retracement, and this leads to expansion again. Or you have expansion that leads into expansion, and this is a reversal, which then leads into consolidation or retracement, right? So what we are looking for is to trade either consolidation or retracement, because when you're in those types of price action and market profiles, you can predict that we are going to have an expansion afterwards. And so my problem here is that I have never seen the market like this. I've been studying lately a bit of T-trades, and this is how we've used the market, and it's much better for me, because my problem in trading overall is, as we said, knowing when to use the model better. Knowing when to use the model, right? So when is the model best applied? And how can I identify that better, right? So the majority of our work in trading is simply this, building the model that we're going to do today, building the model. And then after that, it's basically just finding the patterns that improve it, basically. Or not that improve it, like find the patterns that lead to the most losses, and understanding where is a good decision. Following the rules is not enough of a good decision. You have to know when you have to follow the rules and when not to. So a good decision in trading is knowing exactly when to apply our model and why. And so that's what we're going to do today. And so we're going to practice a bit of the model, right? And we're going to put them all into Notion, which is what I always do. And so, yeah, let's get it. So for hours here, currently, is this on open? No, so we have to go. So we're going on open. And the thing that from previous testing, the majority of losses are exactly at open. Okay, we're going to wait for the 10 a.m. candle. So this right here is actually amazing trade, actually, right there, because however, we didn't take the 4 hour level. So some things that are clear here from my analysis of already backtesting a bit for this video is the 4 hour levels need to be taken. We need it for are needed, right? And then the 15 minutes is in accordance with that. So this is not good. This is would be a continuation trade right here, but I don't want to take a continuation trade, right? So better would be that we're actually clearing this 10 like this 6 a.m. 4 hour highs, and now we would expect like a retracement lower, but I don't want to trade this because this is trading reversal. So the 4 hour is bullish, right? I don't want to be trading a short here, right? And we're bullish and we're in the high, like we're literally all-time highs. So it is indeed, the market is indeed running hot in the 4 hours. So, but we wouldn't want the short here. And so now we have CASD here, as you can see, right? Actually, not CASD because this slide didn't lead to this side, so actually this is nothing here. We've set the high, right? We have low resistance liquidity right here. I mean, I wouldn't see it as a trade setup today. We did sweep this high, but like overall we closed above, and the CISD here, it wasn't the one that made a new high, so we had to wait for this one. So overall, this is not, yeah, it would be a win. We tapped into a 4 hour level right here. It would be a loss if we had shorted, but here, honestly, I would say this is a better trade. So this is how I've been trading. I've been entering right at the CISD. However, I actually think that leads to an issue where a lot of my trades only close it the next day. So what I would do is basically do an OTE here, right? So this would be 0.5, and this would be 0.618, and this would be 0.9. Okay, and yeah, so that's basically it. So I would basically enter my setup somewhere around here, and then trade into the highs. So this would be basically the thing I'm going to test now, if it works or not. But overall, what we were doing before this, like for this results here, would be to enter above this current highs, like CISD, and then target like 1 to 1.5. So I'll put a limit right here. And so this would have to be a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6 risk trade. And we would do that, right? Did you confirm my buy? Thank you so much. And so we would get tapped into, and that would be a TP. Okay. And so imagine if I did enter right here, we still wouldn't have any room. So this is something that I'm going to test, the OTE entry, because since I'm using the 50 minutes, I'm not used to the 50 minutes. And so since we confirmed here that the 4 hour is a level of interest, and we have CISD higher, and we have the high of this range currently to take, we would expect that price would respect at least the OTE entry and not take more than 0.9. So this would be my trade here, and that's an example. So yeah, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just backtest extensively, and that's basically it for this week. Next week we're already going to start trading, and we're going to start already like we're not going to push it too far, but we're going to still be adjusting a bit of the model, because there's no point in pushing it to the extreme, right? It's Xmas, it's holidays, people are relaxing, the markets are slow, there's no point in pushing it. But yeah, we're just gonna have fun with the family, eat a lot of food, make tiramisu for the family as well, and that's basically gonna be the rest of this week, the next week, right? And then on January 1, we'll continue again with the episodes and kill the markets. So we're going to evolve this edge together slowly, and just I'll show you the progress and the mistakes and losing money and making money, because it's part of the game. It's always going to be, and I love it, and we're gonna make it like cinema, but also with this more like educative parts in the middle and authenticity in the middle. I think it's better than just straight up authenticity or straight up just cinema. So yeah, hope you guys liked the video, and next up is going to be a preview of the next week, and I'll see you there. Such a lovely day. It's the perfect day to try and beat my PR. Let's do it. I do love watching the commentaries about the goats. So that trade, I knew it was not going to hit like 1 hour, because we have